Hello guys, my name's Fireguy and welcome to Hot Fire. So this has been a long time coming, guys. It's been about 2 months since I've made a Hot Fire, and you guys are, people that have been watching my Hot Fire about a few months ago are probably wondering where have I been. So I'll be covering that. So first off, I've been just gone from home, guys, the last 2 months. I haven't set foot in my house once. I was just away from home. I didn't have my computer. I didn't have my equipment to record a proper Hot Fire. So I was gone to get some schooling. I went to go get my pilot's license during the 2 months. It was brutal, but I survived. I'm back. I have my license. We're good. And I tried to keep up with wrestling while I was there. I did manage to watch every single GFW Impact Wrestling episode weekly as it came out when I was at the school, but I didn't manage to catch all my other wrestling that I usually watch on the side. So Impact Wrestling was my priority. I watched it. I'm up to date. I watched Destination X last week. I just had to get back in the groove of living at my house, unpacking everything, and that's why this episode of Hot Fire is coming out so late. But on to a different topic here, guys. I know I'm quite late to this. I know I realized it a month or so ago when it happened, but I just wanted to say it on a Hot Fire video for you guys. I want to welcome all the new people to ImpactAsylum. So I know I'm a bit late. I still don't know the full story. I don't think anyone knows the full story, but especially me with being so busy during the summer, I knew people came. Like, I know lots of people from another site came over to ImpactAsylum. I don't know the full story, but welcome to all you new GFW fans. Hopefully you guys like the website here. Hopefully you guys tune into this Hot Fire and the next Hot Fires to come and all the other great content that's released on ImpactAsylum. And I hope you guys enjoy your stay here just as much as you did anywhere else you'd be on the internet. So, this episode... Well, actually, before I start off in the episode, for those new viewers that I just mentioned that don't know what Hot Fire is, Hot Fire is a weekly review series of Impact Wrestling. Except I don't use those stupid star rating systems. I don't use hit or misses. I don't use any of that. I use my own system. So basically, it's based off of hot to cold. Freezing being the worst, then cold being bad, lukewarm being okay, meh, hot being good, and then Hot Fire being, amazing, perfection almost. So, now let's hop into last week's episode of GFW Impact Wrestling, where it was a TV pay-per-view, and it was Destination X, guys. So first off, I just want to say I don't like the new intro. I really enjoyed the TNA logo thing a lot more. We're showing all the TNA logos of the past. This one sounds too cartoonish, looks too cartoonish, and it looks too spy movie-ish, like showing all the different countries and all their channels that they're on and whatever. I don't like it, so it's boring to look at, really. So honestly, it's just a tiny detail. I just felt like saying it so the world can see. But anyways, on to our first match here, guys, at Destination X. I will be doing this Hot Fire a bit differently since I haven't done them in the last 2 months. I'll be reviewing the storyline and the match the storyline that led up to the match at Destination X. So that's what I enjoy about GFW's new approach now, is that they're releasing either TV pay-per-view or pay-per-view every 6 weeks. So now we don't have storylines dragging on for months on end. And that was a big thing that was happening in GFW that was not just pissing me off, but pissing a few other people off. They were dragging on stuff that just shouldn't have been dragged on for so long. And they dragged it on for so long. That was a tongue twister. I don't know. But anyways, first match, guys, is Gail Kim versus Sienna for the GFW Knockouts Championship. So this match was hot, guys. It was really, really good. Personally, I'm in this minority here when I say this, but I enjoyed this match a lot more than I did Sienna versus Rosemary last knockout standing match that they had a few weeks ago. Personally, this match is really good. The animosity was there compared to the last knockout standing match. It just felt more brutal. Even if there was no weapons or anything, I just felt like the violence was there more. They were always on top of each other. That spot over the steps was wicked. They were nonstop after each other. No stupid chin locks just to waste time to catch their breath. They were just going at it. And Gail Kim did not lose a beat after being gone for 8 months. She was still top of her game, and that just shows how awesome Gail Kim is in the ring. So personally, this match delivered, but the build-up to this match did not. Basically, Gail Kim came back 2 or 3 weeks ago saying she was retiring at the end of the year and blah, blah, blah. And since she's Gail Kim, she's automatically given a title shot against Sienna because Sienna pissed off Karen Jarrett, and that's why she's getting a title shot. So personally, that's about it to the storyline, really. The storyline wasn't that great, but the match delivered on every level, guys. It was just super, super good. And the ending made it even better. With Taryn Terrell returning, I would have never expected that in a million years, guys, that Taryn Terrell would return to GFW or to return to wrestling at all. She said when she left TNA in the first place that she wasn't coming back to wrestling at all. It just was too over-sexualized for her, especially with her new found beliefs in religion and stuff like that. She just didn't want to do it again. But she said after a while that she would come back to wrestling if it wasn't over-sexualized. She loves the sport itself. She just didn't enjoy like the sexuality part of it. But she is back in GFW. She's playing her dollhouse character, it seems, as always. And I enjoyed it as hell, her return. And that's what costed Gail Kim the victory over Sienna. So obviously, this leads to a lot of different things that could happen in the future. Hopefully, this keeps Gail Kim away from the title for a bit, guys. I don't think she does. Not deserves, but I don't think she needs the title to retire. Like, I feel like she could end on a swing by continuing her feud with Taryn Terrell instead of being in the title picture, when the title picture could be filled with up-and-coming talent that are going to stay in GFW, such as Allie, Rosemary, Sienna, knockouts like that, you know? Meanwhile, Gail Kim could defeat Taryn Terrell in the big feud of a lifetime and retire like that and should still have the same effect. So I'm really excited to see more Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell matches. They've had awesome matches in the past, especially that ladder match they had a few years ago. Definitely great. So overall, I enjoy this match lots. It was a good start to Destination X. Now on to our next match here, guys, as it's the finals of the Super X Cup tournament. So the finals is Desmond Xavier versus Teiji Ishimori. So basically, Desmond Xavier beat Idris Abraham and Drago to make it to the finals of this tournament. Meanwhile, Teiji Ishimori, or Taiji, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, defeated Davey Richards and ACH to make it to the finals. So overall, this tournament, I wouldn't say it was lackluster, but it definitely didn't perform at the level people wanted for this tournament. Mostly, I would have given all the matches pretty much lukewarm on my scale. And the finals here, I gave them even lower than that because this match went 5 minutes and there was nothing much to it. It didn't feel at all like a finals single elimination tournament final match. Usually they go balls to the wall in these final matches, but this time it just was lackluster as hell. There was just nothing. They did their spots. There's a bit of high flying. Nothing much else to say about the match. It was just really lame. The only thing good about that match was the right person won. Desmond Xavier did win the tournament, so he does get the Super X Cup, and he does get an X Division title shot later on down the line. But besides that, there's nothing else that I could really say that's good about this match. I give it a cold just because it was the finals. Like, it was just as good as all the other matches, but you always expect more from a finals match in a tournament. Like, it should be at least 10-15 minutes long and really good action, but what we got was just the same old. So honestly, it wasn't the worst thing on earth, but you know, they could have done a lot better. Now on to our next match here, guys, where this match could have easily been the main event of Destination X if the whole card was X Division themed. But it's Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee for the X Division Championship in a ladder match. So the big story coming into this, guys, was Trevor Lee took the title from Sanjay Dutt, said he was the X Division champion, said he never lost a title ever and stuff like that. Sanjay Dutt tried to get the title back, went to Bruce Pritchard and was like, hey, he has my title, dude. And after Bruce Pritchard's like, no, Trevor Lee's good with the belt. He's champ, like stupid stuff like that. And what I liked was that they incorporated this into the live events with Sanjay Dutt chasing Trevor Lee throughout the stadiums wherever they went. I don't remember the exact names of the stadiums they were at during the live events. But I was glad it was the extra touch made it really feel real, So this match was good. There's really nothing bad I can say about it, but it wasn't great either. I feel like it was a really cookie cutter style ladder match. They hit really good, cool spots, but nothing we've ever seen before, So there's nothing bad about it. I'm not saying it's bad that they did the same stuff over again, but it wasn't great. It was just good. I'm definitely giving it a hot. The animosity was there. I really liked that they lived up to this match really well, and I feel like it deserved that kind of payoff. The payoff was really good for that match, and hopefully they can both move on to different things now. I hope Trevor Lee stays in the picture, because he was criminally misused the last few months being the jobber. But now that Trevor Lee's out of the way, I hope at least, I don't know, Sanjay Dutt's a face, right? And Desmond Xavier's also a face, so it wouldn't make sense. Well, it wouldn't make sense for them to have a go for the title. It would just be like a friendly handshake before the match, kind of stuff. But maybe they'll wait till Sanjay Dutt loses the title to a heel before Desmond Xavier goes in for his title shot. Who knows? But hopefully Andrew Everett comes back into the picture. But anyways, back to the match here, guys. I went completely off track. Like I said, match was good. I almost gave this match a freezing cold, guys, just because of the ending. The ending with Caleb Conley coming out. Wow, there's so much credibility lost there. Caleb Conley came out for the save, and we were supposed to believe that. Caleb Conley's a heel. It's not a heel, he is, but he's a heel now. He was never really defined, I guess, in the first place, since he was such a jobber. But exactly, that's the point. He's a jobber. How are we supposed to believe that he came in for the save? And they said that he's good friends with Trevor Lee when this was never mentioned on TV before. This was never mentioned on one of their YouTube extras before, I don't think. So I don't know where this came from. But then I realized after that Caleb Conley came out was just because they didn't want to make anyone else lose credibility, because Petey Williams returned to TNA, guys, or GFW. Well, sorry guys, I had to get a drink of water there. But anyways, so yeah, Petey Williams makes his return to GFW, guys. I completely forgot that he was ever in GFW in the first place, but then I remembered that years ago he was. The inventor of the Canadian Destroyer obviously hits a huge, wicked Canadian Destroyer on Caleb Conley. That just made me jump out of my seat watching that. That was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. So Petey Williams is back in GFW, comes in for the save. Sanjay Dutt climbs the ladder, and Sanjay Dutt retains his X Division Championship. So overall, really good match. That ending there with Caleb Conley pissed me off so much. Then Petey Williams returned, and I kept it the original rating that it was going to be in the first place, being hot. Now on to the next match, guys. Now we're on to the two matches left that aren't really related to the X Division, but still made it to the Destination X TV pay-per-view because the culminate is just, whatever. So it's the debut of OVE, Ohio versus Everything. They're debuting against two jobbers named Jason Cade and Zachary Wentz. So this match was no good. I put cold, almost freezing for this match, guys. OVE were brought in as the big deal with the vignettes and stuff like that, and they look like they're supposed to be like sadistic, crazy people, and they do come off as that, but then they get almost annihilated by jobbers. Like, Jesus, when you're more impressed by the jobbers than you are by OVE, you know something's wrong. Like, that was not at all a good debut match for them. Even though they did win at the end, Jason Cade and Zachary Wentz got way too much offense, and I was more surprised by their work than I was of OVE. I was like, okay, OVE, you're gonna have to surprise us more than that. And hopefully this is not foreshadow their position in GFW, because GFW really needs tag teams right now in the tag team title picture, because right now there's literally just LAX and Veterans of War that are like legitimately in the title picture. Like Bakara and Ba, they're not even close, stuff like that. Reno Scum's out, so they really need teams in the title picture, and Veterans of War are losing lots and lots of credibility right now, definitely. So hopefully it's not a foreshadowing how they're going to be used in GFW. Definitely they have a cool gimmick, so they could definitely work that out with LAX, crazy sadistic people versus thugs from the street, kind of match. Now on to our main event. So our main event here, guys, is Bobby Lashley versus Matt Sydal, title shot versus title shot. So this match took place really, Matt Sydal won in India. He won the, the Sony 6 Invitational X Division battle, not battle royale, but like 6-man, whatever match, whatever the fancy name was for it. I don't remember anymore. And then he kept winning a few more matches and then said, he deserves the X Division title shot now. And he called out Bruce Pritchard. But then Bobby Lashley comes out and says, no, I deserve a title shot for the World Heavyweight Championship. Matt Sydal, get out of here. You're not talking to Bruce. It's my job. I'm talking to Bruce. I need to get my title shot back. Stuff like that. And obviously this led to little altercations between Matt and Bobby. So Bobby, first time around when that happened, what I just described, Bobby Lashley got the upper hand on Matt Sydal, just spearing him, destroying him to the ground. But then second time around, when Bobby Lashley called out Bruce Pritchard, Matt Sydal came out with Bruce, and Matt Sydal came down to the ring, beat down Bobby Lashley again. And Bruce Pritchard said, you guys want to fight so bad? Destination X, you guys having a match, shot versus shot. So overall, this match was good, guys. I'd give this definitely a hot again. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, not the uniqueness, but the fact that these two have never fought before was what made this match really interesting. It's a new matchup. Definitely shades of Lashley versus Eddie Edwards in the match and in the storyline. Like, not weak, but like underdog X Division versus the Walking Armageddon Lashley, So overall, this match was still good. Bobby Lashley had the American Top Team at ringside. Bobby Lashley controlled for the majority of the match, just absolutely destroying Matt Sydal. But Matt Sydal came back with his little babyface moments, and in the end got a little roll-up for the win, for the pin victory over Bobby Lashley. So overall, match was really good. It was booked the way it was supposed to be booked. Lashley just completely destroying Matt Sydal, but then Matt Sydal just managing to stay in there just long enough to get that little roll-up, pin, and victory. So now it's going to be definitely interesting to see what title Matt Sydal goes for. Since Desmond Xavier already has an X Division title shot, Matt Sydal might want to go for the World Heavyweight title shot. So who knows what? Unless the stipulation says that he has to have X Division because he asked for it, So maybe he has to go for the X Division. So then that means, is it going to be a race between Desmond Xavier or Matt Sydal to see who can get to the title first? Maybe they'll have a singles match before to see who gets the title shot, who gets the number one contendership first. It all depends, really. And they might just have a triple threat. Who knows? But anyways, one last thing before the show ends. The main event of the show was supposed to be Alberto El Patron versus Low Key for the GFW World Heavyweight Championship. But that is no longer the case because, obviously, Alberto El Patron got into a domestic dispute with Paige about a month or so ago. and he still appeared for the rest of the tapings. So the tapings that happened last week and the week before were all old, right? So Destination X was the beginning of a new set of tapings, and Bruce Pritchard came out and gave a formal letter saying that Alberto El Patron is still suspended by GFW. He has been stripped of the GFW title, so they need to find a new champion. So Bruce Pritchard said, hey, I am executive consultant of office of whatever, of GFW Incorporated, something stupid like that. He said a stupid position, whatever. And he's like, and it's my decision to pick what happens with this title. And he says it's written in the fine print of the rules or something like that, that if the title becomes vacated, it can be handed back to the former champion. So he's like, I give this title to Walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley. Then Bobby Lashley's music hits, but it ain't Bobby Lashley that comes out, guys. It's Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette makes his return to a televised wrestling show in I don't know how long, if you don't count his Hall of Fame thing with WWE last year. It's been quite a while since we've seen him on any televised show, and he's finally back. He comes down to the ring, he starts talking talking about hanging out with Bruce Pritchard and getting burgers, stuff like that. Then Bruce Pritchard's trying to fake a smile and try to be cheery with him, but then he finally has enough of it, and he's like, why'd you come out here? I called out Lashley. And then Jim Cornette was like, well, I just got a new job. I'm a representative of Anthem now, and I think Bobby Lashley doesn't deserve the title. And after they get an altercation, Bruce Pritchard calls out security. Security comes out, and then Jim Cornette's like, you can't call security out on me. He's like, actually, I'm more in power than you are, and I can fire your ass. So you're fired. Or suspended. I think, no, it was fired. Never mind, he was fired. And he's like, and he grabs the title from Bruce Pritchard, and security escorts Bruce Pritchard out. And Bruce Pritchard's super mad, obviously. And then Jim Cornette does an amazing promo. Obviously, Jim Cornette's really known for his promo work. Definitely miles better than Bruce Pritchard on the mic anyways. So he comes out, cracks an awesome, super, not angry, but super powerful promo saying that he's not going to let this prestigious title just get handed on to different people. So that's why next week there's going to be a 20-man gauntlet match to decide the new GFW World Heavyweight Champion. So then, obviously, he's like, that's enough, guys. He's like, I'm leaving. I came what I had to say. And then LAX's music hits. LAX comes out, and shit hits the fan even more, guys. Conan comes out, calls Jim Cornette a cracker, says that Low-Ki deserves is number one contender, so he shouldn't even be in that gauntlet match. He should face whoever wins the gauntlet match to see who gets the championship. And after Jim Cornette's like, no, that's not how it works. I make the rules around here. You guys are just talent. And after he's like, Low-Ki, I know you're number one contender, so that's why I'm putting you in as number 20 in the gauntlet. You have the most chances of winning. And obviously LAX are still not happy. They keep on bitching. And after Jim Cornette's like, you know what? I have enough. I don't care. He's like, I can send you guys to prison with a snap of my fingers. And after LAX like, you think people are going to like us in prison? He's like, we're going to run that prison. He's like, meanwhile, your ass in prison is going to be worth lots of money. And after Jim Cornette's like, you know what? I might be a cracker, but I ain't a liar. You're in the best position to win this gauntlet match. I'm done. Then walks out of the ring. So obviously this segment was almost hot fire, guys. I loved it. The animosity was insane. It just felt awesome seeing old school people, as in Jim Cornette, Conan, and maybe Bruce, you want to include him in old school, but not really, coming, all colliding with younger talent such as Ortiz and Santana. And it was just awesome seeing the animosity, how the promos felt like back in the day, like not old school wrestling, but like definitely a bit of the Attitude Era coming out here with the aggressiveness of the promo work and the name calling and stuff like that. So definitely it's cool that GFW's kept its 14A rating instead of going PG like WWE does. Man, I'm mentioning WWE lots in this video. Gross. Anyways, but yeah, So definitely an awesome promo. Next week we know that the gauntlet match is happening. Hopefully it takes up the majority of the show. A 20-man gauntlet should take a long time, even if they do 60-second intervals instead of 90. But definitely we know who the contenders are. We know Loki's coming in at number 20. And during a small segment in the middle of the show, they announced that Eli Drake will be going first because he was running his mouth. And then Chris Adonis, Moose, and EC3 are also in there somewhere in that 20-man match. So definitely I was going to give my predictions as to who would win this match, but obviously I was one of the select few that sadly saw the spoiler on Impact Facebook page, so I'm not going to spoil it to anyone else. I'm pissed off. I never look at spoilers ever, so it's a shame that I saw it because of Impact's stupid social media team. But anyways, yeah, that sucks. But one last thing before we end the show, guys. There is 2 new people coming to GFW, and they both go hand in hand. It's Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie. So Taya Valkyrie, man, only had a YouTube vignette come out for her, and it was posted on social media. Meanwhile, Johnny Impact had a vignette at the end of Destination X, and he said he's arriving next week. So that probably means he's going to be in a 20-man gauntlet. And if he's in it, that means there's probably other surprises waiting for us. I know a few other names that have been rumored to be backstage at GFW, and that's what makes these gauntlet matches so fun. You don't know who's going to come out of that curtain. So if they have a few surprises, it's always going to keep us on the edge of our seat, waiting for more entrants to come into the match. And that's how you book, for me personally, a proper gauntlet match. Well, one of the steps anyways. There's more to that than just surprise entrants. But anyways. So yeah, I'll end the video off. Well, the video, not a video. It's this podcast. I'll end this podcast off here, guys. Hopefully it didn't go too long. The timestamp here says it's been about 20 minutes without, no, it's more than that. Yeah, 30 minutes without the editing and stuff like that. So 30 minutes. I hope that's good enough, guys. Tell me in the comments down below what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, if the timing's okay, if whatnot. Completely up to you. And this podcast is up for discussion, guys. So down in the comments down below, if you don't agree or agree with something I said, comment. Let's start discussion in the comments down below, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to ImpactAsylum for giving me the chance to make Hot Fire. I'll see you guys all, not next week, guys, because I'm releasing this so late that GFW Impact Wrestling The Gauntlet match is happening tonight. So I'll see you guys the next few days for next Hot Fire. My name's Fireguy. I'll see you all a little bit later.